Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Today I thought I would take you out with me while I transplant out all those ranunculus that we pre-sprouted together. I'm so excited. I feel like spring is finally here and I just can't wait to get out and fill up these raised beds. Remember when we pre-sprouted the ranunculus together? Well, today we're going to put them out into the garden step by step. This is my raised garden bed. It is lonely and ready for plants, and I'm so excited to fill these in. They're going to be placed in between the daffodils that I have already planted in these beds. I thought it would be nice to stagger them so that as the daffodils are going out, the ranunculus will be beginning to bloom. So I started by just lining up where I wanted to have them, and I staggered them about 6 to 8 inches apart. I didn't measure them. I followed the pattern of the existing daffodils, but they look about 6 to 8 inches apart. And I marked the area with the bottom of the pot so that I would have an easy pattern to follow and create a little bit more of a geometric or symmetric pattern. I really like the look of symmetry in my garden, but I like to inject it with some whimsy as well. But I thought it would be pretty in these garden beds to give it a little sense of geometric design, which is why I lined everything up and staggered them in between each other. And look at the roots on these starts, my goodness. And these are sturdy, wiry roots. They're healthy, they're bright white. I'm not going to damage them or cause a whole lot of shock because the root structure is so well developed and so healthy. Then I take my garden marker and I write the name of the plant and the variety so that I can keep track of what I have where. I have several varieties and colors, and I always like to know the names because then the following year, if I love them, I want to maybe repeat the same variety. So I try to mark them to the best of my ability, although I will admit I am not perfect at this. So this is a younger transplant. You can see there's a lot less root development, and the roots just nice and easily fell apart. And so I was able to divide them. I had more than one plant in that particular pot, and several of the pots I did that way, and that worked out just fine. But look at these roots. I can't believe they developed that much root system in such a short amount of time. So I continue to just march along, dig a little bit of a hole, pull the plant out, and then I place the plant down to the same level where it was planted in the pot, so just at the crown of the plant so that I'm not burying the shoots that are coming up out of the soil. And then I'll just pause on talking and I will let you just watch me finish planting these in, and then we'll come back and review everything. These are my raised beds that I plant my cut flower garden in. And this one I have interplanted all of our ranunculus in between the daffodils. And I love it that these daffodils are starting to bloom. This is just a sure sign that spring is here. Aren't daffodils just the sweetest little flowers? Look at how happy they are. These are so pretty. I can't remember where I got these or what variety. This is their second season in this bed. Over in this bed, I put all the remaining ranunculus in. And the larger ones are actually wintered over from last season. And the smaller ones I planted and pre-sprouted with you guys on my other video. In this garden bed over here, I have some bachelor buttons, and those larger ones underneath the fabric there, I planted those out for in the winter sowing method. I used just this row covering, and I planted these out from seed the end of last summer, probably around September. And then these are my billy balls that I added and interplanted because I didn't do the whole bed with the bachelor buttons. I wish I would have now because they did so well. And then over in this bed, I have interplanted Bells of Ireland and my remaining billy balls. And so these are just little seedlings that I plopped my soil blocks in, and they're doing really well. So I am really excited to see how these grow. Please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that you will follow all of my future videos. I have some really fun plans for this raised garden bed. Thank you everyone so much for joining me today, and I hope you're enjoying your spring and that you're getting all of your plants started, and be sure to join me on the next one. Bye for now.